Greetings. This is Things and Times, Mr. Best, World Jam Global. We deal with you on the .com. We wait for you. And
looking back over my life, I can see where I caused you strife. But I know, oh yes I know, I'd never make that same mistake again. Looking back over my deeds, I can see signs a wise man heeds. And if I just had the chance, I'd never make that same mistake again. Once my cup was overflowing, but I gave nothing in return. Now I can't begin to tell you what a lesson I have learned looking back over the slate. I can see love turn to hate. But I know, oh yes I know, I'd never make that same mistake again.
I use this as my signature tune. Yeah.
Looking back
Seriously.
over my life, I can see where I caused you strife. But I know, oh yes I know, I'd never make that same mistake again. Looking back over my deeds, I can see signs a wise man heeds. And if I just had the chance, I'd never make that same mistake again. Once my cup was overflowing, but I gave nothing in return. Now I can't begin to tell you what a lesson I have learned looking back over the slate. I can see love turn to hate. But I know, oh yes I know, I'd never make that same mistake again.
I make that tune there my signature tune.
Our day will come and we'll have everything. We'll share the joy, falling in love can bring. No one can tell me that I'm too young to know. I love you so, and you love me. Our day will come if we just wait a while. No tears for us. Think love and wear a smile. Our dreams have magic because we'll always stay in love this way. Our day will come. Our day will come. Our dreams have magic because we'll always stay in love this way. Our day will come. Our day will come.
Yes, beautiful. Beautiful session. So I say greetings to each and everyone, all the families across the United Kingdom and the different districts, especially my brothers and sisters up there, Bradford and Sheffield and Hackney, Stoke Newington, Harlesden, Wisdom, Neilsden. Yeah, man, we know say someone are tuning, and that's good. So we have to first bless the thing and start. So first we have to say, give thanks and honor and respect to World Jam Global staff, technicians, and all presenters, and the whole of the World Jam Global experience. I hope that the Creator bless us and bless you with guidance and understanding, that you may receive our thoughts clearly and in a proper way. We do not intend any mockery or any criticism. If you hear that or feel that, please know that we do not intend that. Everything that we do and say is to improve upon ourselves and not merely criticizing. I say that with humility and sincerity and justly, and the intention is real. For some, they don't have to know the individual. What they need to know is to respect what the individual is trying to do. That remove all form of clouds from the person's consciousness. You see, our minds are very important. But if we disrespect with mind, we dishonor ourselves. So I say that for those people who say, oh, who him? Or you going to know me if you don't know me. Pay attention and treat it to the best of your ability. And it's not to know me, it's to know what am I trying to say. That's what's important. Because if I was a sound system and you hear say that this particular sound system with that particular name, them wicked, them are going somewhere, you're not going to know we. You just going to hear we. As much as we posse come and stand up in one corner and put on all the tune them, that don't mean say you know we, you know. You know what we do. You see? You know what we do. You know how we come. If we come regular in your community, then you will have an opportunity to see we and perhaps get to speak to us too. And eventually you get to know us. So eventually you're going to get to know me still. So how you going to do that instead of shortchanging yourself? It's 077 5960 1082. 077 5960 1082. Things and Times Harambe session. Now last week we ventured into concrete jungle. And when I finish, I say, I have to run that again. Because I didn't think I did justice at all to what my intentions was really. And one of the presenters from the show sent me a clip of the same incident and what families, friends, the community at large, even from all Brixton, different places, people came and showed their heartfelt feeling for the loss of the life of the family Barnes. And that was the same as how I felt when I heard the news. And then to witness all of those people who care and feel. And there are so many who have lost their children over years with the same type of despicable behavior. And we have to revisit it. Yes. So this evening we are going to look upon that again. And there's causes. We don't know what the effects are. But we have to look at what are causing these things. Try to unravel some of that. So we're going to look at school, the social parameters within the school. And then we're going to look at street life, the social involvement, and the hidden involvement of people and how they are acting, reacting, and responding to our children. And then we will come straight back on home, because the home is the first point of protocol and direction, guidance, and social education. So I think we deal with the home last, and then we perhaps build a picture and see or try to understand what we are not doing and what we should try to do. And it's not about blaming, but it's about mapping out what the solutions can be or should be, and where these things, these behavior patterns are coming from. But I want to drop something here quick. There was a time here in this country that a music and a fashion came into our society. And I say our because it attached itself round we. And some of the main players in that new style at something that them call mud and punk rock. Them borrowed certain music, certain sound from certain reggae music and ska and blue beat into their thing. And one and two of their bands would have one away a chat something. And I won't call him a DJ, I call him a toaster or a talker. But nevertheless, many of them bands there, them come with something different. And me can't say music, you know, them come with something different. But they kind of hang in a wee corner. And some of them borrow from the ska. And they were called muds and so on. The picture I'm painting, stay with me and don't run from it. I beg you, please. Because it's very significant where I'm going. Because that was British. It had nothing to do with no African. It had nothing to do with no Caribbean. We had for wheating. And we're very contented with what we had. But at the same time, and little before, Leonard Chin come on here. Leonard Chin was one of the producers of Augustus Pablo, Rockers International. And he based himself there at Stoke Newington, up the road from Shelley, Third World Office. And Lovers Rock came because him learned him skills as a player of instruments and a teacher of vocal development into the young Caribbean artists' development, that people who wanted to become artists, and him lend him talent into that, along with others, but in particular I'm talking about. So we never deviated into something different as much as the vices were different from Jamaican reggae artists. The vices. And true to that, the rhythm section had a different formation. So then people them call it Lovers Rock. Yeah. But at the same time, we have this punk thing. I go on. Yes, and this mud thing, I go on, that belong to this country and their people. Where are you going, sir? Right now we have another thing. But it's not them, it's us. It's our children. Our children has got a formation now that is not reggae. I can't say it's soul. Personally, I'm out of it. I don't know. But some of the youth them say it's called grime and whatever. And that's created an attitude. It's created an attitude. And the organizers of this thing are the ones who have backed this thing, have made it so hardcore that the resemblance of it and the participants of it is like the US hardcore gangster rappers and them thing there. You see? And this has a lot to do with what is happening in our communities among our young men and the intolerance that they grow the intolerance that they grow to have with no culture development. But for many, because them a rush money, it's a new art form. It is. But it's come with disaster. Because when the punk came, it brought about a new dress wear for the host nation and a new atmosphere. And the only thing I can recall really is a man named Johnny Rotten and him people them, and some of the things them say about the government, you could hear. But what they were playing had no rhythm as we know rhythm. But it had a noise. So we hear how them a lambaste the government and these protests that he was saying. Now we know same bar them thing there from reggae. Because many of us knew Johnny Rotten. And him co-spar. And Danlet. Yeah. Danlet used to feed them with certain way of thinking. Reason with them because them just love him. You understand? So our children, what I'm really saying is the same thing that happened, that we witness happen to the British man and the British youth who couldn't find themselves. And the only genre them could have created was this thing called punk rock. And it died. It just died. It just vanished. But at the same time, it made enough money in the early stage. 3, 4, 5 years. I am pointing the finger to say that our children who are lost for culture and cultured values has fallen into that category. And we have to accept that, may I tell you. Because some of us got so excited in the thing them called spitting. And some sound man benefit from 1 and 2 youth that them draw away from that spitting thing and bring them into the reggae formal and write few things for them and show them how to construct lyrics for reggae music. And them sharpen them tool and them gone into the dancehall genre. But that's but a few. The rest is where these teenagers have gone. Our children. So there's a culture within a culture that is not our culture that is expressing themselves in this way. Now, what does that have? What does that thing bring? No respect. And them want respect. They want to be honored and acknowledged. And that's their circuit. That's their environment. And we, the parent, don't know nothing about it. And maybe some of us as parents, they're receiving from the ones who are making some change. And if we're not even receiving, we are seeing variant material things in a full house that we not say nothing about because it belonged to Michael. It belonged to Rowan. But you never care to ask, where did you come by such a thing? You see? And you see them clothes are constantly changed in a certain way. And you're not question if it's school you go or if it's college you're going. You don't know nothing about these children. Don't know their contact, where them spend them time, who they spend their time with, what is actually going on in their minds. So we've neglected our own responsibility. And there's some people out there nurturing them. No, we leave that one and we go to the school. The school is an environment within itself. It's just that it's packed with teachers that are responsible for our children. And in that school, there's rules and regulations as well. But where we fall short within the school and the educational system, where others have mother tongue as part of curricular program, we don't have that. It is this month, over how long, I can't recall, that we're meant to celebrate African history. Short change again. And most of all of this has been left to us to develop. Over the years, some institutions, they put up some placards, etc., here and there. But if we were respected as a people, African history would have been part of the curriculum. But why should they do that for us? See, these are things we should do for ourselves and request those things done for ourselves by ourselves. But we wait for someone else to reply, selling our children short. So the behaviors within the educational system and the rules and regulations within the educational system is what is also an issue. So for those who has been vexed because I've ruffled them feathers in relation to the fact that we're well qualified, we're well resourced in education and in health to do for self, but you're glorifying yourself with your state employment, not recognizing that you can contribute to us and to yourself as a people. And now we're in this predicament. We have the skills. We have the personnel. We have them in abundance. All we have to do is just stand up and be righteous, be humble and noble, and offer our service to ourselves. And I would say to my Christian family, and God will be happy. And I would say to my Muslim family, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be very happy. And I would say to Rastafari, this thing you want long time, because I know from long it's only Rasta chat this way. It's only Rasta was chatting this way. And all the other organizations, they were doing different things. They were doing different things. Me know Jaboons, RUZ, wanted institution. But some of the items believe same gone Babylon if in one institution. So we had them problems of reasoning. So anyway, we don't want to digress down this. So we want to stay up here at the school where we should show ourselves as responsible parents in attending the school and participating in the school, so we know exactly what our children is doing within the school and what the school, how the school is responding, or how the responsiveness of our children and the school to our children. We have a role and a duty to perform as parents, responsible people. And once we neglect that responsibility, we allow different elements to take precedence in the way in which our children see themselves and the roles that they would play. You see? And this is very important. And then some of us should say to each other that there are many things I'm not familiarized with. And I need, myself personally, I need assistance. And true to the lacking of understanding, we hide behind what modernly the social workers and welfare workers will call your weaknesses. But we're not going to call it that. It is hiding behind the natural facts that you should ask for help, seek help. But true, we who have the ability are not making you know us. To whom would you ask for this help? You're lost for the cause because we've neglected the best of ourselves, so you don't know of us. And that's why I'm barking that those of us who have these skills, has this qualification, have this experience, should step up. So step up. There's not time for this me cool. I'm going to rub the salt in this wound here right now. In 1968, there was a horrific speech made by a conservative minister. But one of the part of the speech was not the blood talk. It was the fact that he highlighted that the time for us to exit hasn't happened. What we have seen and what we are seeing is they are now making themselves comfortable. They're now taking up positions in our institutions. They're now attending all of our faculties, and this is now becoming dangerous in this society, this country of ours. That's what he said. That's part of what he said. Then, in where my paper there? There's some years later, the first female prime minister come and say the same thing. Only thing is, she came much later. She came much later. And we finish up with a problem. Big problem. Because they've realized that our parents retain their dignity and pride. And our parents got their children to learn, to excel. And they were now looking and examining where we're at. Excuse me. Yes. I find the, yes. In 1979, the first female prime minister of this country. You see why I not call them name? Because sometimes the people them use certain law thing, you know. So we don't want to get involved in that World Jam Global. We're getting bright for them thing there. You understand? So people out there know say we are talking about conservative and the first female prime minister in this country. Yeah? She gave the same speech in relation to the individual who is a conservative, who are responsible for immigration in this country, that he referred to us as guest workers. But really, we can't work it out if it's us as guest workers or the Asians. Because them had us as subservient Commonwealth immigrants and immigration. And when they chose rightly, because they didn't take novices and bring here from the Caribbean. They brought people here to work in health service, and I'm repeating myself again, and in education, and in post office, and in transport. Everything that you need to get the infrastructure of a society functioning. We didn't come here for clean street. Then bring we here for those particular institutional employment. And we conducted ourselves in kind. And from then till now, we've been the most dutifulest people in the employment market. And not even market, in the employment institutions. The African Caribbean and the African people. That's what we did and have done for the United Kingdom of Britain. Now, why I'm saying all of that with this zest? Because the dutifulness of ourselves we're neglecting. When the conservative repeated those statements that was made in 1968 and then repeat them in 1979, we were meant to fall. And we did not. We don't pay attention to us, whilst others are paying attention to us and our development. In 1979, she changed the housing policy. She changed the educational policy. She changed the employment. She changed the law. She introduced the right to buy. And she gave the home counties educational grants. And the working class. Suburbia, she gave work grants, educational grants, university grants, college and university grants. And the working class had to apply and test it. Higher rents. But we still survive. And council housing became extremely difficult. But we still survive. The right to buy, true to our parents, educating us, their children. Our parents found that there was an opportunity and coached us through that period of time and lean on their children to help them understand the principles and the policy of right to buy. And that's one time that I can say we, our age group, my age group, and my sister's age group was dutiful to the family, to families, because they respond in kind. What am I saying? They were able to understand the policy, not just read it, implement it, and then applied it. So many families finish up owning their maisonettes or a house. You think, say me a chat nonsense after me drop this bombshell and they say, oh, the man well in there, him know what go on. Of course. Me not say me know everything, but I'm giving you what I've experienced to get us out of this quagmire and save the lives of our children by reflecting where we have been to where we are and realizing that we have not put ourselves in a position that give us the dignity as a people. We need to measure the value of self in totality as a people. Stop with this one-off thing that me have a mansion and me live up a Surrey and this next one live at West Hampstead and the other one live at Colchester. A rubbish business that. A idiot thing. That's how shortcut people behave. Them catch a little money and go and buy some chopperite and all farmer jewelry and some car. And them supposed to be a notch, a foolishness, idiot business. So many people behave like that, and a parent and a father are why we have this problem. Because you never said nothing properly. We are going like say we are hustle. No. You understand? So all those things happen. And we've come true. There's nothing that the government changed that we couldn't respond to the change and stand firm with the change. That's us, the African Caribbean people in this country. Now, why have we now lost the moral ground and the moral foundation that our parents granted us? Why have we now lost that with our children? Because we're not paying attention. We're not being responsible. We're not accountable. We're not. And that's in total. That's harsh, isn't it? Because when I listen to what took place down there at Wilston and the number of families who actually got up and made it known that they too have lost children, and the amount of years in between each one of them that have lost a child over the years, it's not no short time thing. This thing are going a long time. You see? So since we've been so conditioned to wait for the system and those agenda writers to come to rescue we so that we can sit down and discuss with them where the itches are. The same way we did with race relation. We tell them how they were racist and how we know that they were racist. And then we expect them to change. Them just hide the thing. And now we finish up saying the institutionally racist. Idiot business. I was one of them workers that never accepted that nonsense. Work it out for yourself. You keep telling the man, yeah, I lick my shoulder. You say, oh, you know such and such is happening to you. You tell them. What you want them to do? Disguise the thing again, innit? Because you don't tell them, you figure them out. And we became foolish like that. So now, since he's not on our side, setting the agenda for our problem or our concern, it seems we're stuck. But I'm saying we're not, because we have the people them in the right place and they know who they are and they're available. They need to lend their services to the organizations that are there and construct themselves in a forum that has an umbrella of variant peoples and sit down and talk this thing out and call the communities to book and express the thing. You understand? Because all of us are trained in, have been trained in that, so we know it. So we just need to just do it for ourselves. And nothing funny. But if you're going to wait to do it because the system is going to give you some funding for now you to sit down, analyze the situation, and give them the documentation of what you've analyzed, I eat that business that. We don't need that. We've been doing that for too long. And we don't need nobody money to sit down and discuss and rectify the situation here. And tell ourselves that we're letting ourselves down. And tell our men that they should man up. Tell our men that should be called fathers that they should man up. Accept the responsibility. If you spread yourself that wide, are your problem? Accept your responsibility that wide. Because you spread yourself that wide because you like sex. And there's nothing wrong with it, but there's a responsibility. So if the sister give birth with your support, then support her and support the child. So now if you got 7, support them. Because without your input and your responsibility, there's no balance. So for those sisters that's out there by themselves, you're doing a beautiful and have done a beautiful job. Well, not a job, you have done beautifully. But who can you vet your pains to? It should be us. You have to go vet that to the law and put some injunction and squeeze some child support out of that man. It should be we that you vet that concern too, because we have those people in place. We just don't structuralize an office or some form of institutions for ourselves to do that. We have the dignity. We have this professionalism. You understand? That may I advocate. But no, we will all gather because of a tragedy. And we will gather to pay homage and respect. And we will gather at the church, and we will gather at the cemetery. And we will gather at the 9-night and all these things. And we'll have very nice, warming, affectionate things to say and feel naturally. Turn that whole thing around and make that play out consistently without the loss of the life for us as a people. And then we'll be more responsible. That's very important. And we have the making of that. We don't need to wait for someone to tell us outside of us what we should do and when we should do it and how we should do it. And wait for funding to discuss crime, youth criminality. And the same metropolitan sauce is the same sauce that victimized our children in the first place and make them feel ostracized in society, traumatize them, and turn them into villains because the way they approach them anyway. And now we are going to sit down with their commander-in-chiefs because it's law and crime. And we will sit with them, telling them telling us how to rectify or move forward. No. Not in my book. Them things they're done with, man. We have to leave them things alone and look for we. See? So some who say, yeah, this man are going with them thing by himself. No, I'm not doing anything by myself. I'm sitting here by myself, speaking. The community at large, where I'm from, and where I will travel, you will see me. And it's not everything that a person has to do that you will know of. And it's not everybody who will do a thing you can see. Because the most effective people you don't know nothing about, that are doing very progressive things you don't know nothing about. The person who control World Jam Global, you don't know nothing about. But him and his family are doing a marvelous work. So you have to know him, receive from him and his family. That's what we have to get mentally alert to. You understand? So there's thousands of good people out there doing things. But what I'm advocating is that there are thousands also that are doing nothing, that are well qualified and well able to respond to our needs and our children's need and our future developments. And they're refusing. I know them people. So that's why I talk about them. I'm not talking about the general populace in random. The ones that I am speaking of that sitting down and have these great qualifications is people me know. And I'm telling it's not people that me can hold them on 1, 2, 3. Yes, you're thinking short. I talk about hundreds of people. I tell you from how far. Coventry, Birmingham, Nottingham, Wolverhampton, London here, Reading. Yes. You understand? London here and Reading. And Readings. You see? This is how far me know them. Of these people. It's just true some of them will get vexed. Really vexed. And want to come drape me up if me call out them name. But that don't bother me. It's not to lambaste anybody. It's just to try show them, say, watch here, you've done your bit. Do a little more. And they have children too. And they have grandchildren also. And they're proud people. But proud with arrogance. Yes. So, the environment that our children is within, we need to know from them. We need to have such a relationship, a responsible relationship, not a, hey boy, come here. A relationship with good communicational skills with our children. And we need to have good relationship with our daughters also. Right now, the issues are the young men. But there's problems with our daughters too. No. Since this incident, I've took it upon myself personally to go around to some of the schools and interview and sit and have conversation about crime on the street. And one thing that keeps coming up is about how young men disrespect other young men and how they use the media, how they use the phone, how they use their WhatsApp and all these different things to disrespect one another by posting things, despicable photos and such, with people that they've grabbed up and stripped them and humiliate them and then post things all over the place. This is a kind of, it's not even a game. But in 5 schools up to today, this is one of the things that all of those 5 schools with about 200, nearly 200 young people that I've spoken to, not in one group, but collectively throughout the 5 schools, I've made reference to. This is not good. Boys disregarding and disrespecting females and disrespecting their own colleagues. But parents have a responsibility again, because those same teenagers, 15, 14, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, them have these phones that have some serious contracts. They have the phones that's online, serious contracts. And maybe the parent, not one of them, have given their children such phone. So shouldn't you want to know, where did you get a phone like this from? Or is it that a child who is attending school and supposed to be part and parcel of developing themselves educationally has every media gadget and more? And me, the father, that did not give them such things, should I not wonder, through curiosity, how did these things happen? Where did you get these things from? See? Problem again. So who's solving this? When it's us. It's us. We're not accepting the responsibility. We're not dealing with behavior. We're not dealing with culture. We're not dealing with ethics and principles. And many of us are not seeing ourselves as African also. So the children then back to the muds, the Johnny Rottens. And the reason I said that is to say this. Since our children is not refined to our customs and our culture, they've found something of them own within this society. And it's also been shaped for them. So we have lost them, many of them, to this new genre. As I said before, it comes with an attitude. Now, who is responsible? We are. There's no 2 ways about the thing. The system, that lady took away the ILA. I was working for the ILA at that time. She closed down the ILA. And all that services went to local authorities. Some local authorities were favorable to move that resources from the ILA and create areas and opportunities within their services. Some took the funds but didn't make the resources available. And as years gone by now, in the from around 2004, the decline of community centers, youth work programs, community programs funding, and so on, become less and less. For who? The African Caribbean. The majority has been African Caribbean run or funded support centers. It is now astonishing that we've gone backward, because the Methodist churches now are mostly the only places that have opened their doors for ones and ones to go and use their places, to hire their centers, or those churches that have halls attached to them. And that's how it was in the 60s. The church opened up them doors so we can go and kick a ball and play some domino and talk and wire up 2 boxes. Yes. So it's there it is. So who's lost right now? We, having known better. And how have we lost? We've lost our children. We're losing our children, socially and culturally. And now we're losing their lives. What to be done? So I'm going to take a break because my brain are going somewhere. World Jam Global, I want to set something and show you, say, we did it with the thing.
Luckily, I have the capacity to think. Or else I little can would surely sink. Water to the brim. I asked my brother, could you please explain to me more about street life, since you're way ahead of me? Didn't do too. Luckily, I have the capacity to think. Or else I little can would surely sink.
This is clarity.
I asked my brother, could you please explain to me more about street life, since you're way ahead of me? Didn't do too well, I could tell, though we try not to let it show. Because he was my hero, he was ashamed to let me know I'd live my life.
World Jam Global Radio. This is clarity.
Always on the rough side, live my life. As for me, nothing ever free, I live my life. Always on the rough side, live my life. Nothing ever free.
So I rise every morning, yeah, just when it's dawning. I look to the sky, Father, please don't deny. But at times I get tired, feel like I can't go on. And it has been like this ever since the day I left home. I live my life, always on the rough side, live my life. Nothing ever free, live my life. Always on the rough side, live my life. Nothing ever free.
So when we have to dig down deep in ourselves, we couldn't find it in no one else, Lord. I dig down deep in myself, cause everything down there, dead upon a shelf. When you dismantle down and you cause out fear, you realize then that
that victory is near. You don't have to search nowhere out there. Enough is inside and that we take care. No man a never fall from sky, never get pamper, never get blind. I ever working and never try. So you don't have to wonder and ask why. I live my life every day of time. Live my life.
This is clarity.
Nothing ever free. Live my life.
World Jam Global Radio. This is clarity.
Live my life. Nothing ever free. Now I rise every morning, just when it's dawning.
And turn to the sky for the please don't deny.
At times I get tired, feel like I can't go home. Why has it been like this?
Ever since the day I left home,
I've lived my life. Every day of time. Live my life. Nothing ever free. Live my life. Every day of time. Live my life. Nothing ever free. I've lived my life. Always on the left side. Live my life. Nothing ever free. I
How can you be sitting there telling me that you care? That you care. When every time I look around, the people suffer in the suffering in every way. In every way. Say,
WorldJamGlobalMan.com.
we're the survivors. Yes, the black survivors. I tell you what, some people got everything. Some people got nothing. Some people got hopes and dreams. Some people got ways and means. No, 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 no. We're the survivors. Yes, the black survivors. Yes, we're the survivors. Like Daniel out of the lion's den. Survivors, survivors. So I dream, I say string. Oh, which way will we choose? We better hurry, oh hurry, oh hurry. Whoa now, 'cause we've got no time to lose. Some people got facts and claims. Some people got pride and shame. Some people got the plots and the scheme. Some people got no aim, it seems. No, 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 no. No, no, no. We're the survivors. Yes, the black survivors. Tell you what, we're the survivors. Yeah, the black survivors. Yeah, we're the survivors. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Thrown in the fire, but you never get burned. So I dream, I say string. The preaching and talking is done. We've got to live up. Go now, 'cause the Father's time has come. Some people put the best outside. Some people keep the best inside. Some people can't stand up strong. Some people won't wait for long. No, 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 no. We're the survivors in this age of technological humanity. Scientific atrocity. Atomic missed philosophy. Nuclear missed energy. It's a world that forces lifelong insecurity. Together now,
Robert Nesta Marley, yeah, survivors. So may I say, we have been through that already. Not the rhythm, the surviving. Now we are people. We have some dignity, we have some pride. We know who we are. The question I posed the other day was, what is it that's influencing us? And then I posed the same question, what is it that's influencing our children? Serious thing. So each family, each responsible individual should think about that and work it out as a family, as a unit. And also pose the question to the children. Answer it for yourself and let the children speak to you too. Don't coerce them, because you need to think for yourself. Because there are something that's influencing us, and there's something that's influencing them. And we also must develop favorable conditions for our children. We, within our communities. And that favorable conditions does not mean a dance. You see, social education is a serious construct, You see, young girls, them can learn so much things about being a young girl and then coming to a young woman. And a young man can learn many things as a young man coming to a man. You understand? And the first phase of that is within the home. The continuation of that is in favorable conditions that we ourselves are responsible for, and coach and help and supervise our children. Second to that, wherever the children are going, we as parents and responsible people should know and vet those places. And if they don't meet the standards and the criteria as a family, as a father, as a mother, as a moral, just individual, they shouldn't be visiting those places. Simple thing. You understand? Because too late will be your cry. And if you don't take responsibility and vet these places, including the school, after club activity, you should know, we should know where our children are 24/7, 365. It's a duty. Family values is something we have to attend to as a unit. We don't need to teach anybody or project that. We should do that. It's very important. We shouldn't neglect it at all. And we must accept that we have lost the influence, the moral influence of ourselves. So obviously we've lost that for our children. Because there's a behavior that we should be exemplifying. Because what many of our children have become and how they exemplify themselves in society, a lot of that is what they've seen within us. The characters that they have are the characteristics that they project. Many of that is coming from the home or from the streetwise so-called adults that in captivating the interests of our children. They look just like me. They're us. And some of them do it to earn and to make something. Them things have to stop. Yeah. And we have to be honest with ourselves too. Very honest. You know, we have to be honest with ourselves. We have negative behavior. And if we cure that, we've done something. You know, it always hurts in the tragedy. But when you go to the courts and listen, you find, say, that there's a lot of remorse. And then when you hear the history, the social history of that individual, you see they're lacking all these things, or they've been wanting these things to happen for them, or with them, or within them. They weren't receiving any love, any guidance. So now them just take matters in their own hand because they haven't got the communicational skills. So again, we're responsible. And also as families and parents, individuals, our life is a collection of decisions, and we can't run from that. We have to make decisions for ourselves, and we have to learn ourselves to rationally make decisions for our children and help them to make informed choices and decisions again and again. So we have to be well versed. We have to be on the ball. There's no two ways about that. I got to drop something here right now. All the years I've known my father, I've never seen my father smoke. But I've seen and witnessed my father had pack of cigarettes. But I've never seen him smoke. Never. And it was only a matter of months before that cigarette thing stopped. The longest thing that was happening was the strong drink. And that gradually dissipated. And the only time that them drink they come out, not that them never buy them, but they wasn't readily available in my vision or my sister's vision. You know, it's when visitors came. And there were some that loved drinking, and they would never leave until the bottles were empty, particular bottles that them like, you know. And so I'm saying that to say there are certain things that one should do and isolate them children from. It's not everything that you should make permissible to them. At the same time, you're disciplining. And if you can't have that discipline within yourself, how can then you share it and project it to another, which is far younger and needs it more than ever? A responsibility again. And language. We have to refine ourselves in rage. You see, I started my show back some weeks back about the sensitivity that we are all created with. And if we don't realize that and deal with it and our emotion, then it will govern us. And then we become rowdy and say things that we don't necessarily need to say, but true, we don't have no control of the emotion now, and the sensitivity is gone haywire, and heat just come into the thing. So now, what happened? And when we behave like this without looking at the surroundings and see that our children is paying homage and witness to this kind of behavior and this kind of outlandish attitudes, what else are we learning them? What else are we teaching them? We've exemplified ourselves in such an appalling manner, so it's kind of like giving them the green light that they can also do the same thing. It's social. So we have to take care of those things. In Islam, it says, call your nafs, your ego. You have to control that. You understand? These are principles. So a person who said that they want African spirituality need to know what you're really trying to say and need to get the facts in relation to these things right. Because if you can't control your ego, you can't control your emotions, and you don't have the principles of these things, you're just speaking. It's a pattern of something you have to learn. Those who talk about it in terms of African developments, yes. But those who just brandish the word out there, you need to start researching and refining, because it's a tool. And the soul of all of us need food. And we're not discussing carnal food, as I keep saying. It needs food. We need to take time out and refine ourselves. As a young man, we took time out and go and sit with elders and listen to elders reason. And the elders tell us things. So we get some storytelling. And we get some of them fables. And my grandfather could have tell enough story, enough tales. And then him give us some wisdom. Because him turn around and tell you, see what I'm telling you now? Take this in. Listen carefully. And mathematics was something they loved doing. In them head, and then want you to construct it in your head too. If you try to write something down, them give you a slap. So, this kind of refinement. And then, why is I'm saying that? Some of us, we're still privileged to have our parents. So, why don't you just relieve yourself by making your children know their grandparents, so their spirit can be refined, well tuned, and they will get their MOT. Because we're not giving them that. But granddad, and grandma will do those things for them. And we too will see how that works, because some of us seem to forget. This is the village. This is the culture. This is the country boy, and not the concrete individual. And we have come here in this concrete jungle, and our parents have taught us how to survive in this place. And that's why we call the thing concrete jungle, because our parents taught us how to survive. And why is I played Bob Marley? And Bob came here and experienced here also, not just America. You understand? And then move around with many of us in Islington, him and Johnny Nash, and converse what today we call mentoring, many of us, about making use of the opportunities that we have. Use our eyes and our ears wisely in a demand system. Bob Marley. That's just one of many. Jimmy Cliff, but the same. Give us those type of instructions. You understand? So I'm saying that to make people understand me not just come shouting and carrying on. I come from a long place, and I'm proud of it. Yes. So we have to, some of us may feel a grief that there are things we want to say to our children. Just say it. Just say it. And not difficult to turn around and say, listen, Michael, me love you, no. Yeah. You understand? And squeeze him up, hug him up. And don't just talk to him about some girlfriend. He's supposed to be his father and his first friend. You're supposed to be his confidant. You see? So don't feel shy about these things. And get close to them. And find out what is bothering them. What is it that they want to do? What is it that happens to them? These are important things. That communication with the children is very essential. If you neglect that responsibility, that's very damaging. Because they find someone else that could be a pimp, me. And your child feel more attached to me, the pimp, than you. Because you're neglecting something. We are guilty of that. So the young man find favor with someone else that seem to have more time to have a long or short conversation. It doesn't mean that person drop a BMW and give them a ride, but that person have time to talk. What they finish up speaking about is something else. But I, the father of that child, should have time to speak, to talk, to communicate, and to be affectionate to my son. I shouldn't allow someone else to socially redirect and train my son mentality to be part of societal degrading system. No. And that's part of the problem. So when them are go spitting and grinding and all these other things, it's someone else who's coercing them these places for the skills that they see them having and how I can exploit that skill, which is their talents that they're yearning for. And really they want love from their own. But now them find someone that want to market them and not care how them do what them a do. Because them not dealing with morals. Them a deal with finance. And a good session. And many of these places are packed. Not 100 people, 1,000 of them. When you go garage, the place thick. Yeah. When you go drum and bass and garage and grind and spit and whatever else them call it, the place them cark. And you have to go outside in the home counties and all these places. Them places they pack. Pack. All kind of people about the place. And that's where our children is being reprogrammed and reconditioned. And all these vials are in them. The negativity. And then them are come off highs and then them on lows that want to be highs and them can't deal with the emotional stress and strain. But yet still it's my son. Even my daughter too. Problems again. So we have to solve the thing. I want to play to you some sistrings. Them call Poetic Pilgrimage. I want to give you a clip of something that coming from the Islamic highway. Listen.
In the meantime, between time, you're in tune to the sounds of Poetic Pilgrimage, alongside the Abyssinian,
go on.
Seeking that land far away. Listen, tune. There is a land far away. There is no night, only day. And the angels prostrate, 'cause they're bathing in this grace. I want to see that land that's far away. You know that place where this laughter
Played by by one sound. This one here now, World Jam Global. Exclusive.
No more senseless killings and the blood that is spilling. And the rulers
Abyssinians, man.
establishing pain, selling souls in civilians to secure the reign. Those who speak up the truth are deemed insane. You know the spirit is satanic. They wanna take over this planet, but the hourglass is our time.
World Jam Global Radio. This is clarity.
The earth is changing. Cautious and patience, they sacrifice what's sacred. I'm making idols to replace it. I fear not of man. My soul is native, moving close to the divine in the land far away. It's that land far away. That land far away.
There is a land far, far away, where there's no night, there's only day. Look into the book of life and you will see that there's a land far, far away.
I climb the seven heavens to praise my Lord in heaven. 5 times out of the day, we're humbled by His presence. Billionaires or a peasant, we're all seeking His essence to reunite with the one who gave us life and earn His many blessings. We're learning many lessons of lands far away where prophets praise alarm is what the angels say. There's no pain, no bullets spraying, no acid rain, no Abu Ghraib, no slums like in Bombay. This land far away where Trump was fade away. Allah that took the pain away. Maybe we'll stargaze, get high without the haze. No prayers for brighter days or dreams to chase. Will be amazed by the beauty of God's face. Wherever land beyond the stars, Mars, Saturn and Mars, paradise unseen, genital for those please. Cause this life is but a dream, yeah. This life is but a dream, yeah. Yeah.
There is a land far, far away, where there's no night, there's only day. Look into the book of life and you will see that there's a land far, far away.
Excuse me, are your parties halal?
Yeah, man, strictly.
Yeah, man, 100% strictly halal.
I seek His guidance, I seek His face, looking for the land far away, ay, 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 ay. Where children play, everything is okay in the land far away. He made us equal as people, to seek His light and we'll not seek no evil. And after this life there will be no sequel. So praise your Lord, what you're waiting for. I seek His guidance, I seek His face, looking for the land far away, ay, 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 ay. Where children play, everything is okay in the land far away. He made us equal as people, to seek His light and we'll not seek no evil. And after this life there will be no sequel. So praise the Lord, what you're waiting for.
There is a land far, far away, where there's no night, there's only day. Look into the book of life and you will see that there's a land far, far away. That there's a land far, far away. That there's a land far, far away. That there's a land far, far away.
Yeah, me bring that tune up because me I talk about the grime and different genres that our children them get themselves in. These are 2 young Muslim females. You understand? And them choose from the mighty Abyssinians. With the mighty Abyssinians part of the shortcut and all the tracks are devised to bring some culture within the culture and keep it real. Because they're ours. And then a branch off to be brutish. Them stay within the thing. You understand? We have another group called the Pearls of Islam that come from Rastafari families, and they are Muslim. But what? The culture did there are for we. And the drums, bingy. So we're going to bring them things too, and I'm going to bring them also into the forum. You know? So we are set the thing. But me construct the whole thing to say that we shouldn't be losing our children. Because I know ones and ones who know somebody who have reggae connections, musical connections that they can introduce them children to. We have drummers, we have players of instruments, we have Stingray, we have different set of formats out there. And if you just engage them, instead of just letting them go someplace where it seems it's the devil's playground. But someone else has got a different view and the perception on that. But it is the devil's playground, because look what is happening. Look at the reactions we get. You see? So to turn around and say, if I did know, it's far too late. You see? It's far too late. Culture direction. And it was no social integration. But that is what is happening. See? And then the man is going to tell us what we cannot do. This is against the law. Social justice should be applied by us, so our children know exactly how to carry themselves and how to function. See? What type of behavior we're supposed to know. We're supposed to be the role model for our children in terms of their behavior and their common courtesy. Children don't want to speak. Them push past you, shove past you, and all these kind of things. It's not their fault when they're not being told and helped and guided in such a way. Time is a lesson learned. We're failing in time. And people are look on clock for time. But time is at our disposal because we have life. And when that time is up, we're gone. There's no more counting of time. What is time and what have we done with time and how we're managing time and who is giving us the time? And time is a lesson learned. Have we not and should we not have learned many lessons? Should we not apply those lessons that we have learned now to our future, which is our children? It's very sad when we say all the niceical things, but we don't want to stand up and deal with the thing. Express yourself. You see? I'm going to drop something upon people that is a family thing, but nearly now 4 years, we lost our daughter in Harsden. She was murdered, butchered. Not one organ of her body was spared by a reckless mind that was the father of her son and his son. See? So there's not a thing that in this country that I have not really experienced. And that's why I took this opportunity to speak on World Jam Global and not just play music. Because I have music for play. I have the world of music for play. But I say to the manager, when I do good with the music, so I don't want the music to add to music. When I do good with the music, I want to chat. I want to talk. You see? So it's my life experience and the experience of many other people that I've been involved with in the Inner London Educational Authorities and local council authorities and what you call the other thing, the Educational Directed Services. You understand? So I just hope that within time we will be able to do and change and organize ourselves to develop education and authority, because that's my aim, for us to have an authority that brings about an educational institution and a health program. And health is our food. Because if we don't organize our food, we will continue to drop like flies. And in the same health service, we have many people well qualified. And those that we don't have, we will scholarship them. And once they want to come on the journey to the United Kingdom, we say welcome. You understand? So we are equipped. But we just have to have the mind to do it. You understand? So the time will be coming when the platform will go outside to the public and join hands with other like-minded bodies or other bodies that are doing the work to bring about some success for the whole African Caribbean community that resides still in the United Kingdom. And we're not going to beg, steal, or borrow from nobody. Independence is the key to our success for our children's future. The begging bowl thing supposed to stop that. Stop that. Because how far the begging bowl have gone. The man take back all the resources and we left outside in the cold. And it's only the church and a few handy people that still left in the church as caretakers and practitioners here and there. You understand? And if you think it's a lie, check yourself because you know it's true. I have to behave like that sometimes because some people out there say, where my chat say?
Modern girl,
Hear that? As we say.
Modern girl with the old-fashioned kind of loving.
Watch it.
This is the original Courtney melody. Alongside I'm on WJGR and the big heavy man called Ebony. Did you hear what I say? Boom shot.
Sing it.
I need a modern girl with an old-fashioned kind of loving.
Hear that?
To put me to bed at night and wake me up good morning.
I'll beg you, Paul, what did you say?
I need a girl with too loving.
Hey, World Jam Global Radio Station. I'm allowed to represent to the fullest. Yeah, you're a World Jam. Hotter than them.
I need a girl to hold me tight and squeeze me right.
Hey, World Jam Global Radio Station. I'm online to represent to the fullest. Yeah, you're a World Jam. Hotter than them.
She is my modern girl.
I wanna give anything to me, modern girl. My persistent diamond, my persistent pearl. Would I take up on the chip and go fly around the world? Her skin naturally tan and her hair naturally curl. Her body well fluff, she no favor old cruff. And you know say every day is a Mr. Big Stuff. She's my lover in the morning, in the evening. Only for kissing and hugging and squeezing. My very best friend, I'm a lover till the end. I'm in a flex nabbing cause only God could have sent me modern girl.
She is a modern girl. Modern girl. You are a modern girl.
God of mercy. Come here, so when me give you money, me no check it. See me be up the black car.
go drive it and wreck it. See helicopter there, you have no license but fly it. Pretty close from foreign man, you have to come here it. He's my modern girl. Yes, my modern girl. She is the number one in this world. Yes, she is my modern girl. Lord of mercy. She give me two boy. She give me a girl. She never make me use panta. She never use pearl. Or else I wouldn't get such beautiful boys and girl. Modern girl. What a beautiful modern girl. Lord of mercy, you're the king for sure. General, she will love you more and more because your attraction draws her attention. And you don't need no more promotion with this modern girl.
She's my pretty little girl.
This modern girl.
She more precious than
but with a little modern girl.
She's everything in the world. Me modern girl. No matter where you look, no matter where you search, you cannot find. Cause there will never be a modern girl like mine. And the pretty was a crime, she would not serve no time. If a man says she have the love line, he must be blind. Gone.
Yeah, you educated,
highly sophisticated. Woman, know you pretty, so you and angels, them must be related. You're my every second, me minute and me hour. Me pretty little baby, me garden rose flower. Good looking, fancy cooking. Me say you're large in Jamaica and you're big and foreign modern girl.
Mighty Brigadier General. Yeah, man. Two more from him. It takes a joke.
I have something to tell to the whole wide world.
Do it.
But if you treat Jaja right, Jaja will be good to you.
Jah is God, you know.
But if you should stray away from His Majesty, you will find yourself
in misery.
Living in a misery.
So
don't let them tell you to stray away from Jadi. Don't let them tell you to stray away from His Majesty. You do remember when you did hungry and Jaja full your belly. Remember when you was naked, Jaja give you pretty clothes. Remember when you were barefoot, Jaja gave you a glass ballet. Remember you were sleeping on the floor, and Jaja put you on the
mighty Jah love, Brigadier Jerry.
Don't let them tell you to stay away from Jah. Don't let them tell you to stay away from Jah. Why, Brigadier? He's the kings of kings, and He's the lords of lords. He's the conquering lion.
See, we are begging the youth them,
rules us hard.
the young people,
yes, He is the light of this
even
world.
some of the older ones, them too.
He's the everlasting God. He sit up on the throne of David and rule the earth with a iron rod. So I man say, I have something I got to tell to the whole wide world. Only treat Jah right, and Jah will really and truly be good to you. But if you should stray away from His Majesty, you will find yourself
living in misery.
So don't let them tell you to stay away from Jadi. Don't let them tell you to stay away from His Majesty. Remember when a kid was hungry, Jaja full the whole of them belly. Remember they was naked, and Jah flashed them up with a lot of pretty clothes.
I tell you.
Remember they didn't have no shoes, and Jaja gave them clocks and ballet. Remember they couldn't walk, but Jaja make the walk also. So I man say, don't let them tell you to stray away from Jadi. Don't let them tell you to stray away from His Majesty. He's the light of this world, ever living Prince of Peace.
I tell you.
Oh, Jadi, my Godfather, wonderful Counselor. He is the way to life and to destiny. So don't make nobody come fool you or want to take you away from His Majesty. So I have something I got to tell to the world about His Majesty. Only treat you right, and shall be good to you. from His Majesty. All I see around you is pain, poverty. So don't let them take you away from His Majesty. Right or wrong, don't let them take you away.
Man called Brigadier Jerry says, I tell you, man, big things. Them tune there. Yeah, we have to just bust them. Listen carefully.
What eyes don't see,
Mr. Talkative now.
Dennis Emmanuel Brown and Brigadier Jerry, exclusive.
What eyes don't see, heart don't leave, no. So let no one tell you.
Listen, children. Listen, parents.
Let them say what they say, and do what they do. And all I know is that they can change me.
Musical beat. World Jam Global.
Boom, baba, so bad day. Wow, boom, baba, so bad day. I saw a man work, not the way. A man must get paid. And I'm begging all the rest of people who say no prayer.
Yeah, you work jam. Hotter than them.
You're walking upright, walking Rastafari life.
World Jam Global Radio, this is clarity.
Why the being from your eyes?
World Jam Global Radio, this is clarity.
Someone else's eyes. Grow away, yeah.
Dennis Emmanuel Brown says,
oh Lord, and let true love abide.
Do it. Great producer called Harry Moody. Those of you who are thinking about it, the traveler Harry Moody. Settle Mr. Metro. Big Tony.
And I say all of the egg that
Eddie Regal.
the dreadlocks have to say each and every day.
Waltham Store Massive. Settle. Mr. Harry Moody.
Remember
what you step and where you were going. Your reward you receive by the seed you sowing.
Although you try to honor your dad, say it again.
No.
You better take the time till you reach the top.
Oh no.
Don't be like Dumpy Dumpy, you sat up on the wall and out of great fall. All the king horses and all the king men, they couldn't get on beat together again. They say, boom, baba, zumba, day. Boom, baba, zumba, day.
Oh no.
Dennis.
Till him pop for Briggy leads away.
What I don't see no.
Don't see no prior.
Oh,
The devil this day. The follow sister Faye.
Oh, no.
She'll lead you go astray.
It's the talking to
Got
ya.
to upset side for obey. That's what the boom boom say. Boom,
Talking, don't know. The dog is straight.
This is clarity. World Jam Global Radio, this is clarity.
Yeah, we have to do them things and try to keep up to date with all the other DJ them out there.
World Jam Global Radio, this is clarity.
Try a thing, and see if we get it right. So give thanks to the producer.
World Jam Global Radio, this is clarity.
The world is troubled and living ain't easy. The world is troubled. You got to believe it. The world is troubled.
Yeah, we are going to bring to you in due course of time some extremely good put together programs. Everything is working smoothly. understand? Have faith and wait. Once me go through my apprenticeship, we'll line up and things will be successfully done and proper things. Trust me. So, tolerance, patience is a virtue. You understand? So, we are go through. You understand? We know, say, we brethren are tuning. What they're not doing is phoning in. But give thanks to the platform World Jam Global and the .com, and good things come to those who wait and have patience. Until we know look nothing, things will be great. Intention is good. Once the rationality and the morals and the nafs are under control, things are alright. And I feel comfortable. Yes. You understand? So, may I talk now because it seems that our people who don't even live in America, them have America on their mind. The new president on their mind. You see? So what may I say really? Watch and see true to the rhythm. And that can happen. What is to be will be. What we have to do is take care of us. You understand? And our family. Fall in love with us and our families. So our communities can grow and develop. America is America, man. You understand? So D Brown said the world is troubled. Long time I must say that. 12 tribe of Israel. Nothing to change. We are witness. We have to make change for ourselves and our children. Trust me on that.
And living ain't easy. Except the world is troubled. You got to believe it.
So no matter what man try to do and what man try to say, no one try to change things. We have to understand is this creation is bigger than man. What man come and do is destroy man. Come with this evilous plan. What we have to do is stay on the righteous side of things. You understand? Stay on the righteous side of things. Think positive. And the creator of all things will not deny us prosperity. I tell you. It's a feeling and it's not an illusion. It's real. I tell you, man.
Oh no. I said the world is troubled.
When I feel pain, the president don't feel nothing. You understand? So I'm going to have to take care of my aches and pain. And I show my family. They will help take care of me. Simple things, simple maths, simple science. Immigration, that's the topic of the day, discussion. Stopping some nations from coming through here, there, and everywhere. Do what you want to do, man. Green card no give, and green card take back. So you know love your country, wherever you come from. Man behave like America is the world. If you ask them Monday, who's an American? What is an American? And why you want America so much? Can't answer. The one couldn't have a dream an illusion. Right here now, I'm going to take care of myself and my family and lend myself to the wider community of a people called the African people. Simple things. You see? That's the way I have to do. Take care of what is at hand within us.
They want us to stay blind.
So this is happened to be my last one. So we're winding out Morgan Heritage.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
I tell you, few people can see it. Many are blind to it. A change is on the way. Things will no longer be the same.
It's not that we're gonna touch our cultured people.
All eyes on America.
Hey.
People and places want to be just like America, and I can't understand why. When you have beautiful places like Dubai, oh yeah. Lies and propaganda, they speak of Africa. I tried from Nairobi to Addis Ababa and find the truth for myself. Wow, boy, the world is more beautiful than you know. From Cape Town to Accra to Lagos, so much beauty my eyes behold.
Lagos is in Nigeria,
So
if you never knew.
Like how much slaves died on Goree Island in
tell you.
Senegal, and how much never reached Caribbean islands. Why? The slave trade was wickeder than you know.
And that's us.
I know they returned to Africa for the gold and diamonds. While they make it seem like
So we give thanks to your ears. Are you listening? Tell a friend. World Jam Global, Things in Times, Tuesdays, Cultural Expression Fridays, 6 to 8. Mr. Best, happy to be your host. And the World Jam Global, the presenter. And I tell you, proper things. So give thanks. And may the Almighty be with all of us and forgive us any faults that we have done. Signing down.
Don't realize the reggae music is the savior, preserving the knowledge of our former selves.
Give thanks. We're gone.
If you never know, you would have feeling born and raised in a Jamaica too. Them love the culture, Rastafari culture. Them live the liberty as well.
Guidance.